Welcome to Wrightstown High School for the big Northeastern Conference girls basketball matchup between the visiting Freedom Irish and the host Wrightstown Tigers. Good Thursday evening or Friday. No, Thursday evening, right? Thursday evening. I'm losing track of my days.
Long week.
Good Thursday evening to everyone out there because this is a big game and we're excited to bring it to you. You know, the USA Today Network Wisconsin live stream. I'm Ricardo Arguello. Hanging out as always with Brett Christopherson and Jim Rosendick, all part of USA Today Network Wisconsin. Matchup that we've been looking forward to for quite some time now. And we've got some inside info for both teams because both of these teams have been on the Varsity Roundtable in the last 2 weeks, Brett. So I feel like I'm a little closer to these teams, Brett, knowing that they're going to clash tonight's game. One of the biggest rivalries around, and especially one of the biggest rivalries in the Northeastern.
Well, in the state.
In the state,
I
yeah.
mean, this has got to be one of the games of the night in the state of Wisconsin, I would argue, right? You got the second-ranked team and the Freedom Irish, the fifth-ranked team and the Wrightstown Tigers, and a Wrightstown win creates a tie atop the Northeastern Conference standings. Conversely, a Freedom victory gives the Irish really a command of the conference and the seeding as well. That we're not too far away, hard to believe, from seeding meetings and starting to think about postseason play as Saturday becomes February, and then it's the stretch run. So this is a big game. We're going to have a big crowd here tonight. Hopefully a big crowd watching live online. Again, can't get much better than this in the state of Wisconsin in girls basketball here in Division III. You have two high-powered offenses as well. Two teams that can really fill up the stat sheet. And we'll talk about that in the game notes here in a bit. But really looking forward to this one. It's going to be a good game.
Yeah, and we expect to see a lot of media here, and there are a lot of media here, and rightly so. These two teams, I know Freedom making it to the state tournament last year in Wrightstown, has been there in recent years as well. So let's get to some of these game notes put together so nicely by Brett Christopherson here. Brett, if you don't mind, I'll start with Wrightstown. You want to finish with Freedom. Wrightstown, what do we know about them? Well, the Tigers are ranked 5th in Division III in this week's Associated Press State poll, 4th in Division III in this week's WisSport.net coaches poll, and coming off a 68-41 win over Little Chute on Monday in a Northeastern Conference matchup at Little Chute. Now, Wrightstown wasted little time in gaining control of the Mustangs. It opened a 40-14 halftime lead, and they cruised from there. Ella Denny, she led the Tigers in all scores with 25 points on 9 of 16 shooting. She also grabbed 7 rebounds. Bridget Frohlke and Megan Rhea added 9 points apiece in the win. Rhea also finished with 7 rebounds. Wrightstown, which is riding a 5-game win streak, out-rebounded Little Chute 43-29 and forced the Mustangs into 32 turnovers, 17 of which were steals. Denny leads the team and the NEC in scoring at 24.1 points a game. She's shooting 57% overall. Her scoring average also ranks 7th in the state in all divisions. And Frohlke is next at 19.8 points, which ranks 2nd in the conference. She's shooting 43% overall, 41% from distance, and has knocked down a state best 78 triple spread. So obviously someone to watch tonight. Leah Lemke is 3rd in scoring at 8.1, and Rhea is the Tigers' leading rebounder at 5.8 per game. Frohlke's 6.9 assists per game is also tops on the team and in the conference and ranks 2nd in the state in all divisions. What a year Frohlke's having. Now overall, Wrightstown is averaging 79.2 points, allowing 40.84. Brett, that's a healthy difference there, my friend.
Dominating.
That's 32 points. It's shooting 45% as a team, 37% from three-point range, and defensively, opponents are shooting 41% from the field and 27% from the three-point line. Other team stats, again, Brett Christopherson put these together very nicely. Tigers out-rebounding their opponents on average per game, 34-23 essentially. They're also averaging nearly 14 steals and forcing 17.5 turnovers a game. Their next matchup is at home against Marinette on Tuesday in the Northeastern Conference matchup. Tip-off scheduled for 7 p.m. What can you tell me about the Freedom Irish, Brett?
Well, I can tell you the Irish are ranked 2nd in Division III in this week's Associated Press and WisSports.net state coaches polls. And they're coming off an 88-24 victory over Marinette on Friday in a Northeastern Conference contest down the road at Freedom. Freedom jumped out to a 30-point halftime lead, 47-17, in racing past the Marines to capture its 15th straight win. The Irish limited Marinette Ricardo to just 7 second-half points. Gabby Johnson paced the Irish with a game-high 20 points, while Taylor Haase and Callie Genke added 18 and 14 points respectively. Johnson is tops for Freedom in scoring at 13.2 points per game. She's shooting 46% overall, and her 15 three-pointers are the second most on the team. Genki is next in scoring at 12.4 points, followed by Hazy at 12.2 points. Genki's 29 triples lead the team, while Hazy is shooting 50%. Hazy's 7 rebounds per game are the best for the Irish in that category. Check this out. Of her 105 total rebounds, 73 are on the offensive end. That's second chance opportunities for the Irish. So rebounding, one of the key stats and key things to watch in tonight's game. Obviously, from Wrightstown's standpoint, you don't want to give a quality team like Freedom second chance opportunities. You want to make it one and done. But pretty tough when Hazy's controlling the offensive glass. Leading the way in assists, by the way, for Freedom is Cameron Evers at 4.1 per game. Overall, Freedom is averaging 70.2 points and allowing 35.4. How about that defensive effort? It's shooting 44% as a team and 32% from three-point range. Defensively, opponents are shooting 32% overall and 33% from three. Other team stats, the Irish are out-rebounding their opponents on average per game, 34-14. 20 rebounding difference there. They're also averaging 14.1 steals per game. At Fox Valley Lutheran on Tuesday is who's next on the Freedom schedule. That's an NEC matchup. Tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m.
I've read clearly both these teams, the best the Northeastern Conference has to offer, and we're really just tickled to be here and watch these two teams perform.
Have a feeling, Ricardo, one of these two teams is going to go to the Resch.
Yeah, and not just, what's interesting is that, in my opinion, both these teams belong at the Resch. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a homer, and I'm a homer, Brett.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you agree with me on that. Both these teams definitely, in my opinion, one of the top 4 teams.
The unfortunate thing, of course, is based on geography. You know that these two teams are going to meet.
Yes.
Likely for a third time this year in postseason play before we get to the Resch Center. But you got to like the chances of one of these two squads, and we'll get a better feel for each since it's our first time looking at them. But based on stats and based on what we've seen throughout the year as far as being outside observers, it's hard to imagine that one of these two teams won't be playing for a Division III state championship, at least to get into the state semifinals at the Resch Center. By the way, Wrightstown 14-2 overall, 11-1 in NEC play. Freedom 15-1 overall and undefeated in the league at 12-0. And speaking of matchups, Freedom topped Wrightstown 62-58 in overtime earlier this season. The Irish outscored the Tigers 5-1 in overtime. Gabby Johnson led the Irish with 18 points and 12 rebounds, while Bridget Frolke finished with a game-high 31 points for the Tigers. Frolke that night surpassed the 1,000-point mark for her career.
Both players. I mean, that's boy, you don't see that too often, Brett. 2,000-point scores.
Ella Denny, she's got it as well, right? Is that
yes,
what you're referring
yes.
to? Yeah. Hey, a big thank you to our sponsor, Verlo Mattress Factory of Appleton, Green Bay, Oshkosh, Fond du Lac, and Sturgeon Bay. They're craftsmen manufacture your bed on site with unmatched quality and customer service. Be sure to stop in today for their 25th anniversary mattress sale. So if you're in the market for a mattress, good sales at Verlo Mattress Factory of Appleton, Green Bay, Oshkosh, Fond du Lac, and Sturgeon Bay.
I might be, the significant other has been complaining that I should get a new bed, but whatever.
Yeah, we'll save that for a different conversation.
Oh, just for rest. Brett, I'm an old man. I need my rest.
Hey, looking at your G10 prep rankings, Freedom number 1 in your G10 rankings in the girls basketball small division, Wrightstown number 2. And how about the Wrightstown boys? They just had a very big overtime victory over Freedom. You're looking at really boys and girls, Wrightstown Freedom dominating the Northeastern Conference this season. Wrightstown ranked pretty high on the boys' side in Division III. They're your top team, talking about boys basketball in the small division in your G10 rankings. So a lot of good stuff. You think about kind of dual boys and girls. Fortin overseeing it on the boys and girls side, Kimberly on the boys and girls side, and both of these two teams, or I should say schools, Wrightstown and Freedom, having some very good seasons on the hardwood.
We're getting ready for tonight's game, a game between the visiting Wrightstown, or I should say visiting Freedom Irish and the host Wrightstown Tigers.
And it was fun the last 2 weeks, Ricardo, having last week Wrightstown girls on Varsity Roundtable, and then last night the Freedom girls, and kind of getting ready for this big matchup. And got to thank Craig Hayes, the athletic director here, for making sure we're good to go. Love being upstairs in this multi-purpose room, kind of nice and roomy.
Yeah, nice big opening for us to watch the game, Brett. We've been in other places where that's not the case.
So always a good setup here at Wrightstown High School. Boy, I tell you, for a school of this size, great facility. You can play full courts across the way. So that is, you don't see that very often.
Really,
at
really
a school this
impressive.
size.
Yeah.
I mean, can't turn the camera around, but a big wrestling mat, wrestling room behind us. So big weight room when you walk in. So it's a really nice setup here at Wrightstown.
Place your hand over your heart to join our players and coaches in honoring America and those who protect it as we play our national anthem.
All right, getting ready for starting lineups for both Freedom and Wrightstown.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome.
We're set to begin this big Northeastern Conference matchup. Has championship implications, wouldn't you say, BC?
No doubt about it. Again, Freedom has a chance to really take command of this
Yes.
league. Wrightstown has a chance to square things up, and that matters for come seeding time too.
Senior number 13, Gabby Johnson.
Evers, Brett.
Senior number 14, Carissa Worcester. 6-foot junior number 21, Callie Genke. And a 6-foot senior number 22, Taylor Hazy.
Yeah, so your starting lineup, Kevin Evers, Gabby Johnson, Carissa Worcester, Kelly Genke, and Taylor Hazy for the Freedom Irish.
Starting lineup for your Wrightstown Tigers.
Now the Tigers being introduced. Nice crowd on hand here.
Number 1,
Bridget Froke leads the state in assists. Is this correct?
According to WisSports.net,
Yeah.
the statistical information.
Senior number 12,
And in three-pointers.
5'6" senior number 21.
Got a lot of good stats to get to, Ricardo, as you share the starting five for the Tigers. Stuff that we'll get to later on in the webcast, but some impressive statewide stuff.
Well, here's your starting lineup for Wrightstown. Bridget Froke, Leah Lemke, Megan Rhea, Tatum Muro, and Ella Denny. Again, Froke, Lemke, Rhea, Muro, and Denny again for Wrightstown. And for Freedom, one more time, Evers, Johnson, Worcester, Genke, and Hazy. Lots of talent here on the floor, Brett.
Lots of college talent
Lots
as
of college
well.
talent on the floor.
Stuff to get to as this game gets underway.
We're excited. I mean, I'm really amped for this because I've been wanting to watch these two teams.
Well, we were here in December, I believe, wasn't it? Was it back in December for the boys?
I think so, yes.
The boys game. Boy, they had a great game the other night. Again, Wrightstown holding off Freedom in overtime. So Wrightstown gets the season sweep on the boys' side. Freedom trying to get the season sweep on the girls' side. We're underway. Freedom controls the tip.
Evers and Johnson at guard. Starting for Freedom, Johnson, one of the best athletes in the state, Brett. We'll talk more about her as the game goes on, as we have a foul right away. That's Lemke, Brett. 5'7" sophomore.
Falls on Lemke.
Yeah, you talk about Gabby Johnson, number 13 for Freedom, a heck of a track athlete. I know she did some good stuff on the cross-country circuit as well. Somebody to consider potentially for some Wisconsin Prep Sports Awards honors,
Possibly.
but we'll talk about that as well, but we got a lot to get to.
Here's Johnson.
Yankees going to take it left hand up and good.
Pretty.
Yep. Attack saw the opening. No problem for Callie Genke, the Green Bay recruit.
Nice look inside, but that was knocked away. Quick hands there by Worcester for freedom. Just underway here at Wrightstown. 2-0 lead for freedom on your Brillo Mattress scoreboard.
Well, good defense. Rhea trying to get, nice little back cut. Boy.
Very active freedom defense, Brett.
Yep, absolutely, and a good job by Wrightstown just to control this possession and kind of set things up, regroup. As Frolke with the basketball. And Wrightstown going to swing it around. Tough take. That's good defense by Gabby Johnson.
Yeah, Rhea attempting that layup, Brett, but Gabby Johnson all over her, able to get the rebound too.
Oh boy, just smooth left hand. Just couldn't finish, but Ricardo, that was wide open. Oh, nice pass.
And that's Hazy, Brett.
Yep, a guest of our roundtable show last night. Looked like that was going to be an easy bucket, but the Clark University recruit.
Yeah, Miro attempting that layup, but Hazy saying, get it out of here.
Well, they are hounding Frolke. I believe that's Worcester on Frolke right now. They don't want to give her too much space because she is not afraid to let it fly from deep. There's a mid-range jumper, no good. Here come the Irish up 2-0 as we look at our Burlow Mattress Factory scoreboard.
A lot of times, Brett, and we'll see this as the game unfolds, it's about matchups, and Wrightstown is a quick team. They love to shoot, and Freedom, though, has the size advantage over them and the athleticism to keep up.
Worcester tried it, but I think number 12, Megan Rhea, the senior, got her hands on the basketball, so Freedom will stay. It'll be Freedom basketball underneath its own basket. Yeah, you're right, matchups, but they seem to be evenly matched. That's the thing.
Different strengths, it appears, and I mean, just eyeballing it, Freedom looks like to be a bigger team.
Yeah, and you can see why they can do such a good job defensively. Is that another foul on Lemke? So that'll be her second. And Mike Frolke, the Wrightstown coach, going to have to go to his bench, and Lemke checks out with 2 fouls.
Sam Keel now in the game for Wrightstown. Worcester to Evers. Gabby Johnson, talented junior. And there's Genke. Look at this matchup.
Oh, wow, what a spin move. A third chance at it, Genke. But really creating that sequence, Ricardo, which was a great spin move to get inside. So Genke with all 4 of the Irish's points. And there goes Frolke. Her first attempt rims out. That was a good look.
Brett, already a 5-1 rebound advantage for Freedom.
We talked about that as a key. Again, offensively, especially on the offensive glass. How about that from the top? Is that Genke again?
It is, all 7 points. And that's knocked away.
Wow.
That's Worcester. Seven 0 lead for Freedom as Wrightstown trying to get on the score. As Frolke, and that ball will stay with Wrightstown. Frolke no good from 3-point. Back out to Froelke, and she wants to shoot it again.
Hits it, and a 4-point play opportunity coming. I believe that's going to be on Hazy.
Brett, they needed those points in the worst way.
Nice little play off the inbounds, working off a screen to get open. And now a 4-point play, and you're right, Ricardo. They needed that in the worst way. Down 7-0, now 7-3.
And then that could make it a one-possession game with the made free throw.
And just like that, 4 quick points for the Tigers.
The rare 4-point play, Brett. 14-10 left here in the first half. Just underway here at Wrightstown High School.
Oh, boy, Johnson just take it to the rack.
Wow.
Fast.
Yeah, they underestimate her speed, Brett, but she is a track athlete. Froelke to Rhea. No good as Worcester with the rebound. Evers.
Freedom getting down the floor quickly as Genki's going to spot up again. And the Tigers now on the run with Froelke leading the break. Boy, Worcester, Ricardo, she is a very active. Carissa Worcester, the 5'11 senior forward.
And see, again, Brett, those are the things that don't show up in the box score, just that kind of hustle and awareness.
Looked like an opportunity for an easy bucket in transition, but Worcester just knocked it away. Oh, Ella Denny looking for her first bucket, and it's in.
Yeah, Brett, I saw Ella before the game kind of imploring her student section, we're going to need you. Going over and said, we need you to be loud.
I'll tell you what, Wrightstown taking advantage of these opportunities, getting the N1s. A 4-point play followed by a 3-point play.
And it's only down to a 2-point game, Brett, as Denny checks out and Brick in for Wrightstown.
By the way, Gabby Johnson picking up the foul on that last trip, so 1 on her.
Well, here's that matchup between Johnson and Rhea. Now, I don't know if you want to get into a foot race with Gabby Johnson. And there's a travel there by Freedom. That's not a contest you're probably going to win.
No, but that's where help defense comes in and make sure you're in your gap so that if she does get by that first defender, there's some others waiting. Easier said than done, though, because she is so quick off the dribble to find those openings. And then, of course, you're going to play help defense. There better be some good rotation, too, because Freedom is a very skilled passing team and can find those open players pretty fast.
Froelke, good matchup between her and Gabby Johnson in terms of athletes.
Good skip pass. That's going to be a 3-point attempt. Oh, in and out.
Rhea trying to get it in there, but nice rebound. That was Alexander.
Yeah, Samantha Keel with a really good look from off that skip pass. I thought it was good off her hand. Just a little too much rim.
Evers trying to go inside to Alexander, and just a bit too long for the sophomore. Good idea, though, by Evers.
Look at both of these teams. Wrightstown third in the state, Ricardo, in all divisions in scoring with 1,268 total points. Freedom 8th, 1,123 points. So, again, teams that can fill it up. I don't think we're going to see a high-scoring game today, though. The defenses are too good. Oh, Froelke with the leaner.
Keel trying to get it, but that is actually Genki that tracks it down. Now here we go again. Genki driving to the hoop.
Smooth, very smooth.
They're going to give her help.
Yep, little crossover, and she's so good with the left as Froelke now.
And that's Genki, a foul on Genki on the rebound by Rhea.
Looking at Genki now, 2, 4, 6, 9 points. 9 of the Irish's 11 points. Callie Genki, again, going to play collegiate, at least committed to the University of Wisconsin Green Bay. Callie Genki, Ricardo, just a junior. As Rhea, good on that attempt. Yeah, you look at the college talent. Wrightstown's Bridget Froelke will be playing collegiately at the University of Missouri, Kansas City. That's a D1 program. And Ella Denny will be playing at Cardinal Stritch. And then, of course, Genki is committed to UW Green Bay. According to WisSports.net, Ricardo, I don't know if you know this, but she had offers from Wisconsin, Marquette, Louisville, Iowa, and Illinois.
Who, Genki?
Yeah.
Yes, I did know that. And really a coup by Borseth to get her to stay in the area.
And then her teammate, Taylor Haase, will be playing at Clark University. We talked about that last night on the Roundtable show. That's in Dubuque, Iowa, where she will join her sister McKenna.
Absolutely. What a pipeline that Clark University has. They've had a couple of area kids, not just those two. But that's nice. It's always a thrill, Brett, to play with your sibling. They get to do it for a couple years, it appears.
Yeah, and it helps for mom and dad and travel, too.
Exactly.
Actually, McKenna, currently a junior, she's had an outstanding career for the Pride. McKenna averaging 16-plus a game. And
Brett, that was a great steal by Peters, and then finding Craning, and Froelke not able to get that one to hit. And now they're doing a carry, but that might have been a makeup call because they thought that there was a travel earlier, Brett.
Finish that thought, though. McKenna Haase averaging 16.8 points per game, already nearing the 1,500-point mark for her career. NAI second-team All-American last year, first-team All-Conference. So I'm sure Clark University very happy to get another Haase to play college basketball for them.
Brett, Wrightstown has gone to more of a pressure defense now, and it paid off immediately with a turnover by Freedom.
Yeah, we've seen that in the past from this Wrightstown program, kind of helter-skelter in trying to create offense from its defense. Only down 5 as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard, so a good little switch up by the Tigers, and let's see if Wrightstown can take advantage as they are getting swarmed there down by that baseline. That Freedom defense is just as tough.
Yeah, Rio really didn't have anywhere to go with that ball, Brett, so a very fortuitous bounce that it bounced off a Freedom player. She's tried to get it inside in the paint to a teammate.
Appreciate folks watching tonight on postcrescent.com and greenbaypressgazette.com. Also our Facebook pages, both sites, and our YouTube channel as well. Appreciate you checking in another Varsity Game of the Week prep basketball live stream.
Froelke over to Lemke. Back to Froelke. No good on that long three-point attempt. That was Genki with the rebound. Here's Peters. She'll take that shot, but it's blocked. Nice block by number 11, Jordan Vickman. Brett, a 6'2" freshman.
Carly Peters, one of the guests as well. Last night, she's going to be going into the military. She said, her post.
The Army.
High school. Is that what it is? The Army. Okay. Good for her. Number 11, Carly Peters, a 5'5" senior guard, who does a good impression, as we saw, of Coach Mike Vanderleer.
Yes, very good impression.
I don't know if he appreciated it, but, hey, got to have a little bit of a sense of humor, don't you? Whoa,
Lemke blocked.
Out of the way. That's Carissa Worster again. 13-8, Freedom with the lead as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. And there's Denny from 3. Boy, Genki with the nice rebound. Look at how quickly she gets up the floor. Gabby Johnson wide open. They don't even close out on her. Maybe too much time.
(13-8) lead for Freedom on your Verlo Mattress scoreboard. 10 minutes and counting left in the first half. I'm just really impressed by the Freedom defense, Brett. Nowhere to go, and there's 5-second call.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, it was
Rhea to knock it off of Worster there. She had nowhere to go. I was waiting for the whistle for the timeout, but instead the Tigers get to save that timeout and a chance to inbound. See if they got a good play off of this inbounds. Ooh, Denny, good catch in traffic.
Very good catch.
And she's fouled.
Oh, yeah. When they're calling it a Johnson, Brett, that might be her second.
Yeah, it will be her second.
And she wasn't happy with that call.
Nope, they're going to call it on number 11, Carly Peters, instead. So Ella Denny Gets the first two rattle in again. Ella Denny going to Cardinal Stritch, having a big season. I don't know if she caught your attention as far as what she's been able to do as a scorer.
She's had several 30-point-plus games, Brett. But you know what? Froelke's right there too.
Yeah.
Doing her thing.
And
so
Denny now with 4 points.
Heck of a 1-2 punch for Wrightstown.
Froelke on Genki. Good defense,
yes,
and good help defense as well. That's off.
Oh,
and,
nice
yeah.
play.
That's Carly Peters.
Happened on the other side of the court, and it happened right there, Brett.
22, Taylor Haase checking back in.
Peters checks out, and Haase back in for the Irish as Evers will inbound. Freedom up 13-10. Gabby Johnson, Genki. Look at this matchup between her and Froelke.
Oh, that's tough too.
Yeah.
Two Division I players going at it right there. Oh, nice pass. Oh, great bounce pass to Worcester and good finish.
Basket by Worcester.
Great chemistry, Brett.
Yep, and her first bucket of the night.
And now Froelke is kind of putting up shots, Brett, that I don't think Coach Froelke appreciates. You know, you kind of want to settle down a little bit. Don't rush shots. You're only down 5 points right now.
Oh, Worcester just couldn't get that to fall.
She found herself a little too open, Brett.
But again, another offensive rebound. Genki just muscles her way to the hoop.
And
Oh, they're
going to
call it travel.
Traveling.
Timeout now, Brett, on the floor. Wrightstown with a full timeout. 15-10 lead for Freedom here on your Verlo Matchup scoreboard. 8:37 left in the first half. Huge Northeastern Conference matchup between these two heavyweights.
Probably a good timeout there. You kind of sense those maybe frustration levels on both sides, getting a little not chippy, but just.
I think for Wrightstown on the offensive end. Listen, you're within two possessions here. It's very early. You're going to have one of those runs. No need to panic. I thought that Bridget was throwing up some shots that she should not be throwing up. Take a little bit of time. You don't have to rush anything. You're going to find the cracks in the Freedom defense. They've done it all year, Wrightstown has, in terms of breaking down an opposing team's defense.
You talk about Bridget Froelke. She has a good chance to compete in the three-point challenge at the state tournament. I was just looking that up today. She was second in Division III.
Unless she's there.
Right, then she would, yeah. But as of right now, she was second in Division III in three-point shooting percentage in the latest rankings that was released by WithSports.net. Top two players in each division, based on shooting percentage, will compete on the morning of Championship Saturday at the Resch Center in Ashwaubenon. Players must have a minimum, Ricardo, of 75 attempts. We'll see if she can get zeroed in from distance after that timeout. Oh, good pass. Nice seal off and tough shot. Leah Lemke had positioning underneath, just couldn't get quite squared away. Boy, you can't leave Genki wide open. She was traveled too many steps. Must have shuffled her feet a little bit in the corner.
Fourth turnover for Freedom, Brett.
Tell you what, though, if you're Mike Froelke, you got to be a little concerned. You got to be marking number 21, don't you?
Yes.
Can't leave her alone. That was Froelke again, and she's a little frustrated right now. You can kind of see it.
And it's not just that, but I think when she finds the person down low, the size disparity doesn't really make that a high percentage shot. You saw Lemke on the last position, Brett, kind of go up against the trees, even though they made the right call, made the right decision to go inside. Can't teach height, Brett, or you can't, you can't really teach height. You either have it or you don't.
Johnson.
And look at that again.
Well, that's a tie up there. Jump ball.
And it'll go to Wrightstown. Fifth turnover for Freedom. But there's been a few too many empty possessions if you're a Tigers fan. Nearing the 7:30 mark here in the first half.
Trying to get that post up with Bridget Froelke. Good kick out. open from the corner, just couldn't get it to fall. Offensive rebound. Dinny, and she's fouled again. You got to like Dinny just attacking the rim right now.
You need more. You need more from her in this game.
Balls on 14, Worcester.
So
her first.
Carissa Worcester picks up her first. Looking at team fouls right now. 6 for Freedom, just 2 for Wrightstown. And Dinny, 4 for 4 so far, Ricardo, from the free throw line.
Peters back in for the Irish. Tatum Miro back in for Wrightstown.
Getting second, up and good.
Nothing but net. 5 of 5 from the stripe, 7 points overall, and again, just a one-possession game. As we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard, Irish up 3 in this big Northeastern Conference showdown. Both teams ranked in the top 5. Good kick out. Just couldn't get the fall. That was Carly. Is that Peters with the
Yes,
shot
with
attempt?
the shot attempt. Brett, you get the feeling that they're only down by possession, and I don't think Wrightstown's even come close to playing their game yet.
Look at two. We've seen nobody's really getting hot from three-point range. Obviously, just Frolke with the only 3 for Wrightstown, and Genke with the only 3 so far for Freedom. You know that that lid's going to come off here, but you got to think the defense has something to do with it, right? And both of these teams know each other so well. Long-time rivals, when you date even back to the Olympian Conference. Whoop!
A little too far, and that's a turnover. The second for Wrightstown. She was trying to get it inside to the freshman, Brett.
Yeah, Jordan Vickman, a 6'2 freshman. You could see Frolke talking to the freshman. Nothing, just kind of explaining things a little bit, being a leader out there. But good confidence that Coach Frolke showing in his freshman coming out in a big game as Gabby Johnson misses that one.
Yeah, and Freedom's gone cold a little bit from the field. I mean, there's been about 3 or 4 air balls now, Brett, by the Irish. And I think Wrightstown's doing a good job of keeping, in terms of that shot anyway, keeping that at a distance perhaps they're not very comfortable shooting from.
Well, Genke on the bench right now for Freedom, so you think that she'll check in here pretty soon as Dinny, good hands. Boy, they almost triple team her. Frolke deep 3 from the top, hits it.
And we're all tied up, Brett.
She's got 7, a couple triples. And it looks like now Freedom wants to talk things over.
Yeah, Brett, and there you saw the Irish are not going to let Ella Denny beat them. Almost a triple team down low when she got the ball, Brett. That left the open three-pointer for Frolke.
But a good job by her not to force the issue. She recognized it, saw the defense collapsed, and found the open shooter. Frolke deep 3 from the top, and we're tied up at 15 apiece as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. Good game, just like it was the last time, as I said earlier. 62-58. Freedom beat Wrightstown in overtime. That was at Freedom High School. We look at the Tigers' 2 losses this season have come against Freedom, as we mentioned, and New Berlin Eisenhower. That was January 13th right here at Wrightstown.
Yeah, New Berlin Eisenhower. I mean, they're not as good as they have been in the past, but that's a premier program.
That's consistently a top program in Division II, without a doubt. Eisenhower beat Wrightstown 75-68. The Irish's only loss was a 77-71 setback against Appleton East in the season opener. And the Patriots right now rank 7th in the state in Division I in this week's Associated Press poll. So both teams not afraid to beef it up a little bit on the non-conference slate. That's good to see.
Here's Peters. Johnson.
Tough take.
And now you see a little bit of Freedom struggling from the offensive end, Brett. Again, rushing shots, maybe not taking the best of shots.
Oh, nice little shot fake, Dinny. But Smart just kind of set it up again as Frolke. Well, she's got finds the freshman who's fouled.
Yeah,
that's a little pass.
Yeah, and she just gave the freshman Vickman a little tap on the back, saying, "Hey, good job," because she's in among heavy traffic, Brett, able to keep control of that ball, go for the shot, and then go to the line for 2.
And that's good confidence again. Your senior leader, willing to kind of give it up there. It looked like Frolke had an opportunity to maybe take it to the rack, but thought Vickman had a better shot at it. Now she misses her front end here, or the first of 2 shots, but hey, you got to like that, how they're incorporating her, and she hits a second. And for the first time tonight, if I'm not mistaken, Wrightstown with the lead.
Absolutely, Brett. 5:48 left here in the first half. 16-15 lead for Wrightstown.
10 foul shots so far. 8 of 10 right now. That's a lot of looks from the free throw line.
Brett, Wrightstown on an 8-2 run.
Yeah, and you look at team fouls right now. Freedom with 7, Wrightstown with just 2. As Gabby Johnson, finds, boy, another tough shot. That was Haley Weinberg.
Oh, wow,
with
nice.
the miss. Wow, yeah, and a good finish.
Yeah, they caught Freedom napping on defense, Brett.
3 points for Rhea, her first field goal. And boy, Freedom cannot buy a bucket right now as Frolke wisely, she's going to find the freshman.
Nice.
To transition with the left hand.
Brett, beautiful cross-court pass to find the freshman, Vickman. And how big has she been in tonight's game?
Jordan Vickman again, 6'2" freshman, and she gets the steal. And momentum again, transition up. Oh, could not get that to fall. Samantha Keel just kind of got in a bad spot underneath the rim. Wow.
Oh, they're going to call her as she was falling down for traveling.
Yeah, Wrightstown fans don't care for that call, but a 5-point lead. What's the run here for the Tigers?
Well, it was 13-8 at one time, Freedom, so it's a 12-2 run, BC.
Emily Brick returning for Wrightstown.
4:39 left here in the first half. 20-15 lead for Wrightstown on your Verlo Mattress scoreboard over their arch rival, the Freedom Irish. And we have a foul down low. That's going to be called on Emily Brick.
Foul is on Brick for first.
Emily Brick, a 5'7" junior forward, number 23 for the Tigers.
One of the third foul on Wrightstown, Brett. Genki.
To Johnson in the corner. And right now, Wrightstown doing a good job, Ricardo, of defensive rebounding. As deep 3 by Frolke.
Oh, that would have brought the house down, Brett. Nice rebound, and
They're going to call a block.
Gabby Johnson. Able to secure the rebound and get the foul called. 4:18 left in the first half. Rhea with the foul.
Denny checking back in along with Leah Lemke for the Tigers. For Freedom, number 11, Carly Peters.
I think you got to give credit to Coach Frolke, Brett, in terms of how he's, calmed his team down, but also made a couple adjustments to get Wrightstown going on the offensive end for sure.
I think Freedom opened up on a 7-0 run to start
They
this
did.
game. And there's no panic.
Since then, it's been 20-8 run for Wrightstown.
There's Denny taking on Callie Genki. Genki again, she's good with that.
Yeah,
going to her left.
You see the help defense come immediately.
But
Look at
another
Genki.
big offensive rebound. Genki, she's going to take on the whole defense. Blocked. That was number 22, Samantha Keel, the sophomore, getting her hand on that shot. And Freedom fans wanting a foul on that. Genki with the ball at the top. Evers now, and we'll call a foul on Wrightstown.
It's going to be called on Brick.
That's the 15th foul against the Tigers with 3:46 to play in this half. So Brick picks up a couple quick ones. And you can see Mike Frolke there. Want to talk to the official a little bit, get some explanation, right? That's part of the coach's job. Evers has it. Boy, all those, yeah, they're going to say that. I think that might be the right call, too. She hesitated just a little bit and got too much, maybe a little bit too much. I mean, so you see some officials will let that go, but not that official. He said, nope, you carried it, and a turnover, Wrightstown basketball. Nice shot.
Lemke.
15, 16-footer right in front of the free throw line, and the run continues for the Tigers. Now they have a 7-point lead. Boy, Freedom in desperate need of a basket here. Is tough take. Was that Peters?
I believe it was, and
Good job by Sadie Jarmalowitz to corral the basketball and try to set things up again. Right now you can see Ricardo Freedom just not comfortable offensively. There's no rhythm. Maybe this will be the possession where they can kind of get things going as Genki swings it over to Peters. And they're going to get Steph. Boy, we've seen a lot of that call tonight, haven't we?
yeah, Brett, 8 turnovers now for Freedom, only 2 for Wrightstown. They really lack cohesion and chemistry, Brett, right now. The Irish.
They just don't look sure of themselves out there offensively.
(22-15) lead for the Tigers. Garillo Mattress scoreboard, 2:32 and counting left here in the first half. Knocked away, but saved by Rhea.
Oh, good look. Tatum Muro with the basket, and another timeout coming for the Irish. This time a 30-second timeout. Again, that was kind of a fortuitous offensive rebound by Muro, but it was there, and she finished her first bucket of the night. Now a 9-point lead for the Tigers.
Yeah, the rebounding difference has really tightened up a little bit, Brett. Wrightstown has 12, and Freedom has 16, but that disparity was was a different story when, say, 3 or 4 minutes into the game. Again, at one point, Freedom led 13-8, 15-10 at one point, 7-0 to start the game. And ever since 15-10, Brett, it's been a, 14-0 run.
Yeah, and you look at a 7-0 run to start, a 24-8 run by the Tigers. And again, really doing it defensively because they have really locked down on this Freedom offense. Let's see if this timeout calmed things down for the Irish. And almost knocked away there.
There's Froelke, quick hands. And another travel.
That is a ton of travel calls already here, and it's only...
That's at least the fifth one I've seen. 9, or fourth one, I should say, 9 turnovers for Freedom. There's the Ella Denny telling Britt, hey, let's move it a little bit quicker. Wrightstown definitely has a little more swagger now, Brett.
Yeah, definitely a lot more confident. Yep.
Of course, as I say that, they turn the ball over.
They tried to trick Freedom, but there's nobody there to pick up the basketball for Wrightstown. Now Genki has it. She's going to spin way too deep left, and there's a big bucket. Genki having a big first half. She's got 11.
Breaks that 14-0 run, Brett.
11 of the Irish's 17 points by Callie Genki. Good hands by Denny. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Yeah, Denny has great hands. That's probably why she's such a great rebounder and able to get so many second chance points. Here's Genki. Trying to free her up. Beautiful.
Hazy just couldn't get it to fall.
Yeah, beautiful look inside, Brett. Here you see that momentum shifting just ever so slightly back over to Freedom, Brett, as Hazy will shoot 2.
Yeah, Rhea picks up her second 16 foul, but yeah, shooting foul. And Hazy, Ricardo, yet to score and gets that one to rattle in. So her first point of the night coming from the free throw line.
Beckman back in for Wrightstown, replacing Rhea.
And we'll see if are they going to call the foul on Vickman. And that means Freedom will go back to the line, Brett.
Yeah, now the 17th foul. Actually, Frolke picks up the foul. And now a 1-and-1 coming up. Callie Genke at the free throw line because it's a bonus.
Coach Frolke is incensed, Brett.
Genke's first attempt at the line, nothing but net. 12 points for the talented junior Green Bay recruit.
Down to a 2-possession game now, Brett.
And good again.
24-20 as we're nearing 45 seconds left here in the first half. Tigers holding on to that 4-point lead on your Verlo-Matcher scoreboard.
So 13 points for Genke, and with under 40 seconds to play, guessing Wrightstown, unless they can get an easy bucket, going to hold for that final shot. As you can see, Bridget Frolke going to take the air to the ball for a little bit as the time winds down. Genke guarding Frolke.
What a great matchup, these two athletes.
One's going to Kansas City, the other going to play at Green Bay. And 5 seconds.
5 seconds, yeah. And Bridget's looking around saying, what happened here?
You know, honestly, I wasn't even looking at the official. I saw Mike Vanderloop clap, and he wanted that call, but I did not see the official counting.
I did not see him counting either, Brett.
He must have. And now Freedom with a chance as Johnson turnaround. Just can't get it to fall. She's just been a little off tonight. The Freedom Irish's leading scorer, so Wrightstown with one final crack at it before this half ends. Frolke's going to have it about half court. Yeah, it's going to be good if it goes.
Oh, hit the back of the iron, Brett.
Looked pretty good off the hand.
24-20 is your score. Wrightstown with the 4-point lead on your Verlo-Matcher scoreboard as we reach halftime. Entertaining first half. Lots of athletes, lots
entertaining,
of action.
but kind of an odd first half as well. There was never a great flow
Disjointed,
to it.
Brett. Yeah. We thank you all for checking out tonight's game. Here at Wrightstown High School, one of our favorite places to do our live streams, Brett.
Yeah, they do. They do it up right. Again, they pretty much roll out the red carpet for us. We appreciate that.
And this wrestling room is just fantastic. I mean, there's other great wrestling programs. Kaukauna has a very nice wrestling facility. I was up in Stratford. I saw their wrestling facility. My goodness. For a small school, that's incredible. And they really do it up well in here. They got the big wall of fame that has all the Wrightstown kids and who've done well at the state tournament or individual state meet, and that's been many times, Brett. Many state champs.
I'm just going to say they do it right here. They always treat us great. But let's just be real. Let's call a spade a spade. We have yet to see anybody match West Appear. When we were there streaming a football game this past season,
yes,
they offered us a press box spread of tacos, nachos, dessert bars, drinks. They're the gold standard.
Well, let me tell you something. You know who did that all the time, too, was Kimberly, and I don't know if they were having tough times over there.
Talk to Ryan McGinnis about that.
They used to have a nice spread up there. I used to be very impressed.
So if Craig Hayes, the athletics director, goes back and watches this, or even Mike Frolke, or even the Freedom folks, that's your gold standard. We want press box food. I don't think that's too much to ask for. Or maybe it is.
Brett, you're very petty.
I would just remember streaming that West Appear Menasha game in the regular season, and we're like, wow, what is this? Yeah, help yourself. I mean, it was legit. It wasn't just a few. It was like a big-time. They had crock pots going with melted cheese. And
I will say that Xavier does a good job, too, in terms of giving us drinks anyway. And always want to go down and get a hawk dog and Rhinabo cookie.
I went down to the concession stand and supported the good folks here at Wrightstown High School. Let me just say this, though. One of the downfalls, though, of that West Appear setup was the fact that me and Rosie were setting up, and he just stopped setting up to go down and eat. I'm like, no, Rosie, we got to get back up there. We got to make sure we have internet connection. No, you don't get in the way of Rosie and his tacos.
Yeah.
I was pretty much
Free food, you're there, right?
I
Rosie?
had to wait for him to finish. As I
Especially
was
tacos.
starting to sweat and get a little nervous. I'm like, we're not sure the stream's going to work. Well, thankfully it did. It's halftime here at Wrightstown High School, and a look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard shows the Tigers leading the Irish in our Varsity Game of the Week prep basketball matchup. Thanks again to our sponsor, Verlo Mattress Factory of Appleton, Green Bay, Oshkosh, Fond du Lac, and Sturgeon Bay. Their craftsmen manufacture your bed on site with unmatched quality and customer service. Stop in today for their mega mattress clearance sale. Also, Verlo Mattress Factory offers free delivery and setup with set purchases, and they can make custom mattresses to fit boats, RVs, semi-trucks, antique beds, and more. Plus, air beds are on sale up to $400 off.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brett, all the offers that we do here in terms of digital offerings, if you don't mind me talking about them really quick.
Do it.
On Wednesday nights, we have the Varsity Roundtable. The Varsity Roundtable is the only online high school sports talk show in the state. This past Wednesday, we had Taylor Haase and Carissa Worcester of the Freedom Irish girls basketball team. They're playing right now against Wrightstown. They were on to talk about their great season, Brett, and the week before we had Wrightstown on, Ella Denny and Bridget Frohlke. So exciting to have that show that showcases our top athletes in a talk show format every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. You can watch that on postgraduate.com. We have teams from out of the area technically in there as well. We want to get Bayport girls, so you can say GB Breast Gazette, the Northwestern.com, because we've had Oshkosh teams on in the past, and actually this year with Carter Thomas. So, so check us out, the Varsity Roundtable every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. And then we also have our podcast that was done earlier today. That is the R&B show, so please check that out on iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play. If you have a smartphone, just go to any one of those, just look up the podcast, look up my name, and you should see it pop up, the R&B show podcast. Again, Jim Rosedick is a producer. Then you and I, we talk about anything and everything concerning the sports, the prep world, I should say, in the area. Sometimes we dabble a little Packers talk, NFL. And what did we talk about this? We talked about, obviously, the unfortunate passing of Kobe Bryant, and also the unfortunate, Kobe King leaving the Badgers program, Brett.
Yeah,
we talked about that a little
Brad
bit.
Davison suspension as well, and, of course, talk prep sports. But I'm just wondering, R&B, Ricardo and Brett, I'm assuming you think you got the rhythm and I'm the blues?
I guess you could say that. All right. If you want to take it that far, Rosie's having a good laugh at that, yeah.
That's fair enough. I can live with that.
Rhythm and blues, Ricardo and Brad. But yeah, it'll be on. If you go right now, you'll see the latest offerings that we have. So please check us out. And then Brett, we just wrapped up our Great Packer show.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Clubhouse Live. We just had our fan appreciation extravaganza show this past Monday, in which we gave away a ton of great prizes, including Packer helmets signed by this season's guests. Of course, Clubhouse Live is our weekly Packers show throughout the Packers season, and our co-host this past season was Green Bay Packers star running back Aaron Jones. And fun getting to know Aaron this season and his family, and brought on some very interesting guys, a lot of rookies. I actually enjoyed meeting those guys, and new faces to get to know on the Packers roster. So we'll start up season number 12 in August. In the meantime, give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. But we always have one additional show at the end of the season, and that is their fan thank you show. And we had a ton of great prizes, a packed crowd, and that's actually one of my favorite shows to do, just because you're on stage with me, and we have a lot of fun, and a lot of the regulars show up, and it's just we've gotten to know all those people over the years as well. So it's a good time, and we appreciate their support. Hard to believe, 11 seasons in, 262 shows in, and I'm probably not supposed to say anything, but I already announced it on Monday. But again, an award-winning show. We will be receiving another Wisconsin Newspaper Association Digital Project Award, so we appreciate that as well.
We are?
Yeah, didn't I tell you that?
No,
I announced it at the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Say it again. Go ahead and release it, man. I missed that.
We took, we're going to, we were recognized in the category of digital project or ongoing digital project, something like that, Clubhouse Live in the category. We've won that numerous times, and we've received other awards in that category handful of times. So good to be recognized again, because we're very proud of the efforts of that show, and not only that, but everything we do digitally. And
so we took first?
No, we took second.
Oh.
But hey, an award is an award. And we're petty enough that we want them. We'll take it. But not only proud of everything that we do digitally, but proud of what we do just from a coverage standpoint. And again, there's some great deals, subscription deals going on at postcrescent.com and greenbaypressgazette.com. You can go on the top of the website and see some of the great either print and digital combination deals or just digital only. And please support local journalism. Not only this, but the great investigative work we do. We've got a great news team.
Be an athletic supporter.
Well, just be a supporter overall. Journalism has taken some big-time hits over the years, and if you don't support us, I don't want to think about what the ramifications are of that.
We need you.
Let me run down the first half scoring as Wrightstown is back on the floor. Here comes Freedom as well. But for the Tigers, Frolke with 7, Lemke with 2, Vickman with 3, Rhea with 3, Miro with 2, and Denny with 7 for the Irish. Craning with 2, Johnson with 2, Worcester with 2, Genke with 13, and Hazy with 1. And, of course, part of our digital offerings are these Varsity Game of the Week prep live streams. Not sure where we're going to be next week. I know next Thursday, Ricardo, there's a big girls basketball game at Kimberly and Hortonville. I see Hortonville now ranked number 1 in the state.
Yes, because
in Division 2.
Get this. Beaver Dam lost to Aquinas.
But Aquinas is ranked 1 in Division 4.
2 divisions lower than them.
Okay.
Can you imagine a Division 1 team losing a Division 3 team? And come on.
Aquinas
and it wasn't even close. It was a 15-point win by Aquinas.
I think the other 2 losses for Beaver Dam have been out-of-state teams. Illinois and Minnesota, I think, have beaten them. Farmington, Minnesota. But now Hortonville, the top spot. We've only seen them once this year, so I'm thinking about that game. I know Kimberly-Hortonville boys have a big game next week coming up as well. So with Clubhouse Live now being out of the mix, it gives us a little bit more room to maybe do a couple Varsity Game of the Week live streams a week. And I think we're going to do that because we were talking in the office, Ricardo, how we weren't sure about maybe the boys' side, but, man, there are some – we've been pleasantly surprised at the high level and quality play we've seen. We knew the girls' side with all the talent all over the northeast Wisconsin, but the boys' side, there's some good teams and some good players, and there's going to be some good races here now that we're getting ready to enter February.
I think it's without a doubt we're going to be very busy at the state tournament spread. And
I agree.
You know I'm a homer, but I think from what we've seen, we have very good boys teams too.
I agree. So why not open it up and try to stream as many of these games as we can for the rest of not only the regular season, but we'll be busy streaming regional and sectional basketball. And unfortunately, I know you're going to be kind of busy with wrestling, so it'll just be me and Rosie
wrestling boy
going solo for a while. But hopefully you'll be around for some of those
I hope to.
Playoff
Try to make
matchups.
it work.
Yeah. In fact, as Freedom starts the second half with the basketball, it's always been tradition where we do a sectional semifinal or sectional finals. That's a great take by Gabby Johnson.
From where? Where you guys usually
We like to do a girls sectional final in the afternoon and followed by a boys regional final at night. Get a little lunch in between. Left hand take.
Beautiful
Wow.
left hand.
Megan Rhea, the senior.
Again, that rebounding difference, 17 for Freedom and 12 for Wrightstown, but it was more of a disparity earlier in the first half.
Good post up by Hazy. Splits the double team and gets the basket. And a fast start to this half. That's Hazy's first field goal. She's got 3 points now. Denny can't leave her alone.
No.
The little mid-range jumper, Ricardo.
Is it a dying thing?
It is. It's either threes or underneath the basket, but I'm still a big fan of that mid-range shot. Nice rebound by Tatum Miro, the 5'6" senior guard, and here comes Frolke with the ball.
Lemke from 3.
Her second basket and her first triple. Wrightstown coming out hot here in the second half. Oh, nice spin. What, you see how fast that move was?
Denny getting the rebound and taking in the foul.
Team foul number 1.
Hazy with the call.
Jordan Bickman back in for Wrightstown, replacing Ella Denny.
Hit a Miro, misfire, but Wrightstown able to get a second possession out of it, second chance. Brokey going to let it fly, hits it. Her third triple, Ricardo, and just like that, it's a 10-point lead. That might be Wrightstown's largest of the game.
It is.
Ooh.
Oh, and Rhea thought she had all ball there, Brett. They're going to call her with the push, though. And she admits it. Worcester will go to the line.
So Rhea picks up her third personal. And Worcester, yeah, as you said, Ricardo, to the line. She's got 2 first-half points, looking to add to that total and chip into this deficit, and gets the first one to fall through.
Peters and Wyanberg back in for Freedom. Sam Keel in for the Tigers.
Platteville, the number 1 ranked team I saw on the girls' side in Division III. Wow, great rebound by Gabby Johnson.
Yeah.
Just went up there and just snared it. And now another opportunity for this Freedom team. Tough take by Evers, and that's her first bucket.
Basket by Evers.
Using the glass. This is your friend, Brett.
See, and there's a big rebound by Johnson leading to a basket. And, boy, there's a scrum, and Freedom has it. Here come the Irish as Evers has it.
Where Freedom needs to build off those empty possessions from Wrightstown. Chip away at that lead, 7-point lead for the Tigers.
Johnson going to take a left hand off the glass.
They're going to call that foul. Is it going to be on Peters? It is on Peters.
Falls on Peters for second. Ella Denny returning. Team foul number 2.
Now Lemke takes over the point for the Tigers. 14:43 and counting here in the second half. 7-point lead for the Tigers. And we have a jump ball. 14:35 in the second half. Lemke to inbound for the Tigers. They have the freshman back in there, Brett. Jordan Vickman. Nice game for her.
Oh, I was going to say, Frohlke was feeling it. Oh, nice rebound by Denny off the high off the window.
Yeah.
I was watching Frohlke work off that screen, and surprised that she hesitated but let it fly anyway. But good job by Denny to keep it alive, and tough shot high off the glass. Nice answer by Gabby Johnson. Now you feel like Johnson kind of getting into a little bit of a rhythm.
Long pass toward the end of the court, not able to handle it is Denny as that turnover now goes back to, or possession goes back to Freedom. Timeout, Brett, 36-29, 7-point lead for the Tigers on your Verla Matcher scoreboard.
Yeah, Wrightstown burning a quick 30-second timeout, so Mike Frohlke want to talk things over, and you know, we're talking about the dominance of these two programs. Wrightstown has won or shared the past 3 Northeastern Conference titles. Last year's race ended in a 3-way tie with Wrightstown Freedom and Luxembourg Casco all sharing the title at 16-2. Now, to illustrate the level of dominance these two programs have enjoyed in recent seasons, Freedom 74-10 in conference play and 97-20 overall, dating back to the 2015-16 season. Wrightstown over that same span, 77-7 in league play and 103-16 overall. That stretch includes 2 state tournament appearances, Wrightstown in 2017 and Freedom last season. How about those records?
Wow.
And Vickman with the rebound off that miss. So these two teams, talking about gold standards,
yes,
they are the easy gold standards when it comes to Northeastern Conference basketball. And
Gabby
Johnson.
like a flash. She almost had that steal.
36-29, the Tigers over the Irish as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. Still get the feeling this one's going to come down to the bitter end. Denny thought maybe she was going to
Hoist that one up.
Yeah, eyeing up that three maybe. There's Denny going to take it. And a good rebound by Peters. He's going to bring it up the floor quickly. Evers finds good pass to Worcester, but Vickman knocks it out.
Yeah. Vickman, 6'2" freshman.
Yeah, she moves well for a freshman.
She
I've been
does.
isolating on her a little bit. She is not overmatched by any stretch. And another good-looking player coming up in this program. Both of these programs have just such amazing talent. They just keep filtering them, the athletes, through.
Oh, Lemke.
I think that was a kick there, wasn't it?
Yeah, there you go. See Gabby Johnson able to get
Did
that
you
one.
see how fast Gabby went down there to get him? She just flew down the floor. Little hesitation, finds Genki
no
wide open, hits it.
Brett, no look.
Genki now with 16, and that was all set up by Gabby Johnson, hustling down the floor to get that loose ball. And then the no-look pass to Genki in the corner. Denny. And look at Vickman with the left hand on the offensive rebound.
She has a bright future. I like
Yes,
the way
she
she
does.
plays. Brett, you see what she did there.
Yeah, Vickman now with 5. 6'2" freshman.
Brett got the rebound but did not put it down on the court. Put it up high
Kept it
again.
high.
Yes.
Frolke on Genki. Almost a steal, but leaves Johnson alone, and Vickman with the offensive rebound. Johnson just can't get going. Gabby just can't get going from distance right now.
Too many of these post players try to put that ball back.
And there's a carry now, conversely, going to call against Leah Lemke.
Well, you know, too many of these players, they try doing a little bit of the bounce, then go up, but that allows guards to get their mitts in there to try to knock it away. I really like Vickman. She's really kind of stood out for me, and just a freshman, she plays beyond her years.
It's amazing. We've talked about it before, but you see it now more than ever before. 8th graders immediately going to the freshman level and not being fazed by it. And I guess that's all because of all the AAU that they play. Spin move, Johnson, and Vickman fighting for the offensive rebound, but Freedom keeps it with Carly Peters. But back in the day, that was almost unheard of, an 8th grader going to play freshman ball, or varsity ball.
Right.
Balls on Vickman, her first. Alexander shooting 2.
Megan Alexander, the sophomore.
Yeah, speaking of another young player who's being active, fighting for that rebound, and Vickman, or I should say Alexander, gets her first points of the evening, a 6-foot sophomore. So young talent sprinkled in with the veterans.
Down to a 4-point game, Brett. 38-34. Lemke. Keel.
Rattles it in. Samantha Keel, a sophomore.
So just when it got down to 4 points, Brett, now it's back to a 3-possession game.
So seeing some of the young players, Vickman and Keel and Alexander for Freedom, doing some good stuff out there. Genki no good, and Denny with the rebound. Tigers up 7 as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard.
Denny to Keel. Back over to Frolke.
Good cut inside. Oh, a little
Oh,
bounce
nice.
pass and fouled.
Rio-
Megan Rhea going
yeah.
to the line. Good team.
Look how different the offense looks from early in the first half, Brett. Nice spacing, nice passes in, and then good awareness on the no-look pass from Frolke. Rhea going to the line.
Genki picks up her second. Yeah, good team basketball and making a good look, a great look. Picking up the foul, and Rhea with the first free throw. 11 free throw attempts for the Tigers so far tonight, and make it 12 after this one, and they've been pretty good at the line.
Rhea, one of those players that you need on the team. She kind of does everything. Jack of all trades and able to get in there, get her nose dirty, playing defense too.
Wrightstown 10 of 12 from the stripe. And as there are folks out there who watch a number of these streams, they know that I'm a big fan.
Oh my goodness, that just went in and out.
Good free throw shooting.
Oh, you are? Absolutely.
That's 10 free points just like that. And what's the call here? Going to be a jump ball. So Freedom keeps possession. All right, check that. It's a turnover. Now Freedom with possession of the basketball on the jump ball. 10-17 still remaining in this game. 43-34, the Tigers with the lead as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. Gabby Johnson bringing the ball up the floor, directing traffic. Oh, good little pass. Blocked.
Rhea again.
Yeah, Rhea taking, knocking the ball away from Taylor Haase. I thought Haase had a pretty good point-blank attempt, but Rhea said nope. Been a number of those tonight, too, where you think easy bucket inside and you get that hand in there quickly, and we're going to, looks like a foul against the Tigers.
Is it on Folke? It is.
That'll be her second. Both teams with 3 fouls apiece. Nobody in real big foul trouble.
Just under 10 minutes left here in the second half. Again, 9-point lead for Wrightstown. Genki. I think one of the things that Freedom, so far from what I've seen from this game, they need more of a consistent threat outside.
Oh, good hands by Leah Lemke. Genki trying to set up. Let's see who that was on the block, but Lemke knocked it away. Both teams really do a good job defensively, Ricardo. Just hands in space, always active.
Coached so well, you can just tell both teams.
Yep.
The way they defend. And look at that snap pass in, Brett.
And a reverse finish by Lemke. She's got 7.
Look at that fastball from Bridget Frohlke.
And a 30-second timeout by the Irish now. I think this 11-point deficit is the largest of the game for Freedom.
Now how about getting Bridget over on the baseball diamond, Brett? That was a heck of a pass inside.
2 timeouts remaining for Freedom, both fulls. 3 timeouts still for the Tigers, 2 fulls and a 30. And again, 45-34, 11-point advantage by Wrightstown as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. Good look at Mike Frohlke, the Wrightstown coach. How many years has he been in charge?
Oh boy, a while.
Has it been a
Since
while?
I've been here.
The same with Mike Vanderloop on the other side. There's a good shot of Mike. Both Mikes. Very successful programs. And representatives of the Northeastern Conference in the last 2 state tournaments. Freedom last year, Wrightstown 2 years ago. Oh, good seal up by Haase. Gets it to fall. She had the defender on her hip, and there was no way that that was going to be stopped.
And they needed that bucket, Brett.
So a good little play off that timeout to maybe get themselves into the little bit of a rhythm and make a run here by Freedom.
More importantly, it snapped a 7-0 run by Wrightstown. Lemke popping from 3 off the front. Worcester
gets it to fall.
Basket by Worcester.
She's got 5 and now 2 quick buckets from 11 down to 7.
Jump ball, and that
Ball possession, Wrightstown.
going to stay with the Tigers. But good job by the Freedom defense, though, to flip that possession arrow. Oh, what a play by Lemke. Did you see that, Brett?
Lemke having a big second half. She's got 7 of her 9 points, and a heck of a finish there. And that was a big bucket that Wrightstown needed. And now a one and done on this side for Freedom, and Wrightstown already with the basketball and a chance to build upon this 9-point lead. Ooh, good hands, though. Was that Evers knocking it away? I think so. Back to Bull. Look at Johnson with a no-look pass to Evers. Going to scoop shot it in. Nope. And Worcester fighting. And they're going to say Wrightstown basketball.
Now, Brett, Lemke on that inbound a little bit earlier hit it off the back of an unsuspecting Evers, collected the ball, and up for the easy bucket. That's I've seen them do that in the NBA once in a while. But boy, oh boy, it's a treat to see it on the high school girls level. 47-38. Tigers with that lead. Your Verlo matches scoreboard. Nearing the 7-minute mark left in the second half. There's Lemke again.
Ooh, wow. Oh, that was blocked.
It was blocked, yep.
Yeah, Worcester got her hand on that shot attempt by Megan Rhea, and now here comes Johnson again with a no-look to Worcester. And they're going to get Megan Rhea on the foul.
Ball's on Rhea, her fourth.
Check that now. That's her 4th foul, so I misspoke before. Foul trouble for the Tigers with Rhea picking up her 4th. And that's the 4th team foul. Worcester at the line shooting a pair.
Vickman and Keel back in for Wrightstown.
Oh, look at that. Genki gets it. Just couldn't get it to fall, though. That was a pretty good look. Usually she's pretty good, and something happened here. Is Genki hurt?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
He's kind of battling through, and a big 3 from the corner. Samantha Keel, her 2nd triple of this half, and trying to see how Genki is moving. Yeah, she's limping. She's grabbing that. I don't know if there's a cramp or what's going on.
It might be
her
a cramp.
left foot.
She's stretching out her left foot.
Ball's on Keel, her first, team foul number 5.
Thankfully, it doesn't look too serious, Brett. You always got to worry when you see that.
Yeah, she seems to be moving around a little bit better now, and they're going to take a look at the UW Green Bay recruit. Hopefully she's okay. Never want to see any sort of injuries. And just when you thought Freedom making a little bit of run, it's a back to an 11-point game as Evers going to take it, scoop shot up, and can't get it to fall. Look at Vickman with the rebound.
She has 4 rebounds in the second half, Brett, just doing a great job. Really like this freshman.
14 fouls for Freedom, 5 for the Tigers. 6 minutes to go, and right now, Wrightstown in control of this one, up 11. Frolke. Wow. Wow. Didn't need a whole lot of space there, and another timeout for the Irish. I think that they only have fulls left. As Mike Vanderloop wants to talk things over after that 3. Little hard dribble by Frolke, gets the defender back up just a little bit. Didn't need much space, nothing but net. And look at Frolke, she's got 4 triples and 13 points. All of her field goals coming from distance. And a 14-point advantage now for Wrightstown. Tigers' largest of the game, and they're 5 minutes and 47 seconds away from evening this season series. And you know, you get the feeling, unless something strange happens, probably going to share the Northeastern Conference title. And
well, these two are clearly
rightfully so, isn't it?
These are the 2 best teams,
Assuming
without a doubt.
Assuming that's how it plays out. And unless something really quirky happens, they're going to meet again in the playoffs for round 3.
Huh.
And who knows? I mean, who knows what that's going to be?
Well, we just hope that that's at the sectional level. But here's the problem. You would think, in my opinion, these are the 1 and 2 seeds, right? And you never know. Is Kewanee in Division 3? I got to look, but they're undefeated. So one of these other teams might be undefeated and steal that number 2 spot or number 1 spot. Then you might think that maybe these two teams would meet in a regional final or something like that.
Are you telling me that there's a team better than one of these two
no,
teams?
I'm just saying they'd be
no
undefeated.
Way. Yeah, well.
And, Brett, they don't have the computers doing those as a steal by Wrightstown.
Well, Denny knocked it away. Sometimes common sense needs to prevail. I get tired of some of these, well, we're undefeated in conference. Well, come on.
Think about where you play.
Good.
Oh, nice.
Look, nothing there for the defense, and Kiel has all 8 of her points in this half, and Wrightstown pulling away. Tough take by Peters, and if you're the Tigers, still 5 minutes to play, but no rush to shoot. I mean, work for that good shot as Frolke, Denny, and now smartly just kind of resetting the offense.
Go take a little time off the clock, Brett, if they're allowed to.
Oh, nice pass. Little high-low. Denny just couldn't get it to finish.
Hey.
Vickman, count it! With the left hand.
Brett, that's her 5th rebound in the second half, and this freshman has really had a fine game for Wrightstown, giving them quite the boost off the bench.
Kennedy Kranig with the foul. Now Vickman with a chance for the 3-point play. Can't get it to fall. And Vickman with 7 points, playing big. Three ball. That's too strong. That was Kranig, and there's Johnson with
Basket by Johnson.
a little mid-range shot. So a much-needed basket for the Irish. Johnson with 8 points.
Lemke. Broken again. I'm astounded at how much better they look on offense. Much more confident in their passing. And obviously their shooting as Frolke's big 3-point attempt no good, but look at Denny.
Yeah, just stepped through, kept her pivot foot. Strong move by Denny. She's got 13.
Oh,
Johnson.
Gabby Johnson from way out.
3-point basket. Johnson.
11 points for Gabby Johnson, 9 in this half. And Mike Frolke wants to call a timeout for the Tigers. Looks like it's going to be, we got a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout, Wrightstown.
Again, give us a follow on Twitter. Ricardo, who's updating his Twitter account right now, updating folks with stats and the score. You can follow him at PC Ricardo. I'm at PC Bretzi. I heard that enough times when Jamal Williams was on our Clubhouse Live show this year. Jim Rosenick is at Metal Rosie, METALROSIE. And we used to always get shout-outs from folks watching from wherever. Some alum, I would think, would be watching online. If you're watching, tweet us. Let us know where you're watching the big game tonight. Watching it from your dorm room or your apartment or from a different state. We always like to
Or a different country.
know where the folks are watching the big game tonight. 59-44, Wrightstown on top. I'm wondering if Mike Frolke was talking about, hey, let's not push matters here a little bit. We got a big lead. Let's try to burn some clock. Yeah, that's going to be up.
Yeah.
And Denny knew it too.
Emily Brick back in for Wrightstown. For the
So
Irish.
15-point lead for Wrightstown and 3:03 left. It's imperative that Freedom just They got to start hitting it from long distance, Brett, to climb back into this one.
That is a big hill to climb, though. Down 15 with under 3 minutes to play. Not impossible. And hopefully, if you're Freedom, maybe you can get some things going at the free throw line. Score some points with that clock stopped. But,
Empty possession here, though.
Yep. And a chance again for Wrightstown. As you can see, Bridget Frolke going to take her time, walking the ball up the floor.
Oh, yeah. Just moving the ball around, eating the clock.
You don't even need a shot.
Oh, there was a little bit of a travel there that wasn't called there, Brett.
I mean, you don't even need to shoot the basketball at
No.
this point, unless it's right there. Is Frolke going to take it?
Oh, look at Lemke right there.
Leah Lemke.
And we have somebody down.
Oh, it is. Is it Frolke? I think she fell on her back a little bit, Brett, thankfully.
Yeah,
I think that's her night has to be done.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
guessing.
her dad is saying, you're done. We're up 17 points with 2:13 to play. She's kind of walking gingerly off the floor. Hopefully she's okay. Looks like you're right, Ricardo, kind of holding that.
Lower back. I think she fell on it as the bodies were collapsing. As Lemke got that bucket, though, Brett, 61-44. What a nice second half by Lemke.
Yeah, she's got 9 of her 11 points in this half.
Jordan Bickman returning for Wrightstown.
Good job, Rosie, getting that shot of Lemke, taking a seat at the end of the bench. Trainer looking at her. Now 2 minutes, nearing the 2-minute mark, I should say, here in the second half.
Back pain is not fun.
No, you know that better than anyone, BC.
Yeah, I know it. So does our colleague Mike Sherry. Ooh, look at that move by
Nice.
Gabby Johnson.
There's Lemke again.
Yeah, with the rebound and with 1:50 to play, Wrightstown going to even this season series. Very impressed by the Tigers tonight, but not surprised that they're winning this game because I think that's typically what happens. They like to split winning games on their home floors, right?
Good environments in both cases. Freedom, and Wrightstown girls retain how much they like playing at Freedom.
Yeah, that's a great atmosphere down there too. And there's a easy bucket by Megan Rhea. Yeah, it gets pretty loud in that Freedom gym. They got the bleachers on under the basket on that one side, and real good atmosphere there. I'm thinking we're gonna have our. I get the feeling too on the Wrightstown Freedom boys side, they're gonna play each other in the playoffs too.
Brett,
so
this is a great rivalry
I know,
between these two programs.
I'm already thinking about playoff basketball, maybe a chance to see this matchup on the boys or girls side. One of these games, at least, assuming they can meet up again for round 3 on each side. See how it all plays out.
Sam Keel, Emily Brick, Anna Lewandowski, Abby Radke.
As the reserves start checking in for Wrightstown, 63-44, 19-point lead. Brett, we did not see this coming.
No, I anticipated this going down to the wire.
I
Again,
did too.
First time between these two teams was an overtime battle that Freedom won, 62-58.
Well, it was 24-20 at the half. Wrightstown, Brett.
I thought a key was how hot I thought Wrightstown started that second half. Well, they were kind of hitting some shots and quickly extended that lead.
Wrightstown student section having a little fun.
I think they're saying goodbye to the Freedom
Yes,
students.
they are. As Wrightstown, what an impressive win, Brett. I don't know, you can't really describe it any other way. As both reserves are on, or both reserve teams are on now the court as we're nearing the 45-second mark here in this game.
Be sure to check Ricardo's recap later tonight on postcrescent.com and greenbaypressgazette.com. I know he's going to talk to both mics after the game.
I will, and I'll have more in-depth stuff as we have another bucket here. That's number 23, Emily Brick.
From Hohenstein.
Early next week is in my Inside Preps column. centered really more on Wrightstown, Brett, because the Tigers, this is a big win for them. They've been having a sensational season. Again, their only losses to New Berlin, Eisenhower, and Freedom earlier this year.
Well, my question is, how is this going to shake up the
it'll shake it up.
Associated Press rankings, though?
That I'm not sure. It's unfortunate because I think Platteville is the number 1 ranked team. As we see, that is the end of tonight's game, 65-44, 21-point victory for Wrightstown. It'll shake it up a little bit, Brett.
Not much, though. I mean, obviously, Wrightstown's going to move up, but I don't think you can penalize the Irish for losing to a quality opponent in Wrightstown.
So the final, 65-44, Wrightstown evening the series. I should say, evening it up. They might meet a third time, we're guessing, in the playoffs.
Got a tweet from our friend Ryan Borowitz. Talk about a guy who could shoot a basketball. That is one guy I would not take on in a basketball shooting contest.
Good, you're smart, Brett.
He says, nice work on the broadcast. Thanks, guys. Thanks. So we appreciate you watching, Ryan, and congrats again on all the success you've had with the driveway. I need to get over that and check out that facility sometime. I've always been wanting to stop by. So keep up the great work, and thanks for watching, Ryan. But, Ricardo, I know you got to update your Twitter, but you got some quick thoughts while you do that?
Yeah, let's start first off with Freedom. Look, Freedom did not play very well today, or as well as Coach Vanderloop expects his team to play. If these two teams meet again, Brett, preferably on a neutral court, that means that they're both in the sectionals. I suspect this is going to be, again, back to a 2-3-point game.
I agree.
But give credit to Wrightstown. Wrightstown did everything correct. They started off slow, Brett. They were down 7-0 to start the game. I thought Bridget Froke was throwing up shots she shouldn't have. They calmed down, started getting hot, starting winning the 50-50 balls, Brett, and really, really looked impressive in this game, Brett. I mean, again, 24-20 they led at the half. It was a 21-point victory at the end.
You know, I'm looking at, before you leave, Ricardo, looking at my scorebook, Callie Genke, I'll go through the scoring here a little bit, 16 points, but only 3 in the second half. And then Taylor Haase, one of their Freedom's key players as well, held to 5 points. So a good job by that Wrightstown defensively to kind of try to, as best you can, it's impossible to stop Freedom's athletes, obviously, but to try to limit the damage. And really well done defensively by the Tigers. And I agree, Ricardo. I think these two teams, I think they're destined to meet. I think they're destined to meet on the boys' side as well. And those are going to be whales of games. And hopefully, as you mentioned, both on neutral courts, maybe a sectional semifinal or something like that, because both teams are worthy to, get as far as they can. You'd hate to see the bracket put them more in like a regional championship or something like that. But, time will tell. We'll see what the brackets look like here in the next few weeks. But that's not too far away.
No. All right, Brett, I am going to take off.
Yes.
Talk to both, and probably who should I talk to for the girls' side? I'm thinking who led the team? I thought Lemke had a game, but she's a sophomore. I think I might talk to both either Denny or Froke. Probably Froke, to tell you the truth. So for Wrightstown. But big win for them, though, and can't wait for round 3, Brett.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, guys.
Yep,
See you soon.
Yep, we'll see you back at the office, and that gives me an opportunity to run down the final scoring for the victorious Tigers. Froke with 13. She had 4 triples. Lemke with 11, 9 of those coming in the second half. Vickman, how about the freshman with 7 points? Rhea with 9, Mira with 2, Keel with 8, Brick with 2, and Denny with 13, 6 coming in that second half. For the Irish, Craning with 2, Evers with 2, Johnson with 11, Worcester with 6, Genke with a team-high 16, Haase with 5, Alexander finishes with 2. With the victory, Wrightstown, 5th ranked for the time being, improves to 15-2 overall, 12-1 in the Northeastern Conference. The 2nd ranked Irish, they fall to 15-2 overall and 12-1 in league play. So you have a tie atop the Northeastern Conference standings, and they're the clear front runners. Coming into tonight, next on the list, actually, Freedom was 12-0, Wrightstown 11-1, and then O'Connell Falls and Clintonville were both 8-4, Little Chute 7-5. So now Freedom and Wrightstown both 12-1 in league play, and a battle to see who can either win that championship outright or most likely kind of have a feeling this thing's going to end up in a tie. Wrightstown, they're at home next on Tuesday. They're going to take on Marinette in a Northeastern Conference matchup. Tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m. As for Freedom, they're at Fox Valley Lutheran also on Tuesday. That, too, is a Northeastern Conference matchup. And tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m. Not sure where we will be next week, but you can find out by giving me a follow on Twitter at PCBrettsy. You can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. And once again, thank you to our sponsor, Verlo Mattress Factory of Appleton, Green Bay, Oshkosh, Fond du Lac, and Sturgeon Bay. Be sure to stop in today for their 25th anniversary mattress sale. So for Ricardo, for Rosie, and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Brett Christopherson signing off from Wrightstown High School, where once again the final score tonight, Wrightstown with the win. They take down the Irish 65-44. Thanks for watching, everybody.